Hello everyone, mabuhay! Have you resumed to Buka again here? Welcome back and let's continue our lesson about the basic or learning Filipino language translated into English and Bahasa Malaysia. In episode 1, we learned about the alphabet or Filipino abacada and some few words to practice our reading in Filipino or in Tagalog. In this next episode, we are going to learn about the numbers, or in Filipino, numero. Before we continue, let's welcome back Jaberism Jr., who is learning with us from episode 1 to continue our learning process. Here we go.
Hi.
Hi, Jaberism. So how was your lesson on the episode 1 going?
Very good.
All right. So thank you very much again and welcome back. Let's continue our lesson. Okay, everyone, let's dive in straight to our episode number 2,
Episode 2.
Filipino numbers. In Filipino, we call it numero. Numero.
Nu.
It's a number.
Yes.
In Bahasa Malaysia, we call it
Nombor.
number. Okay, here we go. On the middle is the Roman numerals in English. And then we have here in Filipino on the left and Bahasa Malaysia on the right. Okay, so in Filipino we call it the number 1 as isa. Isa.
Isa.
Number 2 is dalawa.
Dalawa.
Number 3 is tatlo.
Tatlo.
4, apat.
Apat.
5, lima.
Lima.
6, anim.
Anim.
7, pito.
Pito.
8, walo.
Walo.
9 is siyam.
Siyam.
10 is sampu.
Sampu.
Okay, let's go to the Bahasa Malaysia now. Like Jaberism Jr. mentioned, the last episode is number 5, which is the same as in Filipino. Jaberism Jr. will read for you the 1, 2, 3 until 10 in Bahasa Malaysia. Okay, if I will say 1, it's
Satu.
2 is,
Dua.
3 is,
Tiga.
4 is,
Empat.
5 is,
Lima.
6,
Enam.
7,
Tujuh.
8,
Lapan.
9,
Sembilan.
10.
Sepuluh.
Okay, so that are the basic or the 10 numbers in
In
Filipino.
Malay. In English.
All right, so that's easy, right?
Yes.
So if you can see, there are more or less the pronunciations or the sounds, more or less they are the same in both languages. Okay, we're going straight to 11, but this time we're going through the Filipino number first.
Yeah.
In 11, if we say 11, is labing isa.
Labing isa.
Okay, remember, in Filipino, we are repeating the 1, 2, 9. If you can notice it later, it's on the right hand side, but it's only that we have
Labing and labing.
actually we are labi in Tagalog is more, exceeds or something like that. So labing means so more than 10. So that is why labing isa, as a simple as explanation with that one. So labing isa is 11. So, and we go to number 12 is labing.
Dalawa.
13 is labing.
Tatlo.
14 is labing.
Apat.
15 is labing.
Lima.
16 is
Anim.
labing.
Anim.
17 labing.
Pito.
18 is
Walo.
labing.
Walo.
19 is labing.
Siyam.
20 is dalawampu. Okay, if you notice on this is that we are going for the vowel and the consonant in here. If you notice it, labing isa, because isa is a vowel, isa is I. Apat is there, so we have actually putting in the ng, labing. Labing isa, labing apat, labing anim. So the others in consonants are we drop actually the G. So labing tatlo and so on. But there was an special in here in pito. It's probably because it sounds weird, maybe. So labing pito is still okay. Labing pito is not that good. So I think they come out with labing pito, which sounds more like it and more
Accurate.
accurate maybe. Thank you, I'm Jabarism Jr.
You're welcome.
Okay, in dalawampu is actually is sampu. Remember that sampu, so meaning dalawa and sampu. So meaning it's 20. Dalawa and sampu, something like a pu. Sampu, dalawampu. Like in here, and so on and so forth. So this one is tatlumpu. And then the 101 is isang daan. 100, isa, daan. Okay, it's easy. We come it now. Isa,
Isa.
dalawa,
Dalawa.
tatlo,
Tatlo.
apat,
Apat.
lima,
Lima.
anim,
Anim.
pito,
Pito.
walo,
Walo.
siyam,
Siyam.
sampu.
Sampu.
Now,
10.
let's go for Bahasa Malaysia.
Malay. Three numbers.
Satu,
Satu. Dua.
tiga,
Empat.
lima,
Enam.
enam, tujuh,
Lapan.
sembilan,
Sembilan.
sepuluh. Right. We're going straight to the Bahasa Malaysia in after 10. I'm Jabarism Jr. will help us again in
Pronounce
here.
it.
Right?
Yes.
So if I will say 11,
11.
12,
12.
13,
13.
14,
14.
15,
15.
16,
16.
17,
17.
18,
18.
19,
19.
and 20.
20.
Right. It's more or less the same thing. I mean, like what in Filipino is that you see, they actually have the first one in here, not unless in this one, there's sebelas, sebelas. Se meaning is
Is one.
one. So instead of saying it satu belas, so it will, I mean, trim down into sebelas.
11 is more accurate in the Malaysian language.
Correct. So if you can notice it, remember we count just now satu dua, no, dua tiga. It's just belas, meaning it's
It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then it's added with the
Belas.
originals.
the original numbers.
Originals and belas.
Belas. So it's very easy to remember. After 10, you can have that belas in Bahasa Malaysia, right?
We can't have the belas because this is the only members of the numbers that only has belas.
All right. Okay. It's the same thing in Filipino just now, right? Remember, we have labing, labing. Now this one is also belas, but it's on the on the end of the number, right? So
Yeah.
belas, remember the belas, you already have something like, if remember about 10 or 11 until 20. So now in Bahasa Malaysia as well, is we have the 20. Pulo means 10.
10.
So pulo.
It's
Remember the pulo just now?
Times
So
10.
20, 20. So if we go on the next whole number or tens is 30 is 30.
30.
Right? 20, 30. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in 100 is 100.
100.
So meaning
Yeah.
100.
Ratus means it's
100. Alright? Are we having fun? I'm
Yes.
Jabarism Junior?
YOLO.
Right. Okay. So we can probably count it now again until 20. Do you want?
Sure.
Okay. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
16,
16,
17,
17,
18,
18,
19,
19,
20.
20.
Okay, now I'm Jabarism Junior will count in English and I will count in Filipino. Let's go.
1,
Isa,
2,
dalawa,
3,
tatlo,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
siyam,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
16,
16,
17,
17,
18,
18,
19,
11,
20.
20. We can now count an easy
Dialect.
boss dialect in
of
Filipino and Bahasa Malaysia from 1 to 20. Okay, for us to end up this episode number 2 is that I wanted to tell you about the next one that we are going to learn on episode 3 about the basic conversations and some basic words in Tagalog or Filipino, Bahasa Malaysia, and into English. And to close it up now is that we're talking about the word mabuhay.
the common word that most Filipinos used to say.
Yes, correct. But some of the nationalities, or some even here in Kuala Lumpur, they actually mispronounce this word. Sometimes they call it mabuhay, right? Which is not. It's mabuhay. It's from the word buhay actually in Tagalog. Buhay means life or live. So I always telling that in my opening on my video is that mabuhay is something like, in the direct translation, there's a lot of wordings or meaning of this mabuhay in Filipino dialects. So one of it is long live, or
Okay.
you may live, or cheers, and most of it is welcome. You're welcome, or something like that. Mabuhay.
But my dad uses mabuhay only for the intros because it's sometimes called hi.
Yes, very good. I'm Jabarism Jr. And thank you again for joining me in this episode, and then hope to see you again next time on the 3rd episode. Right? Okay, mabuhay. Thank you. And then we will be going that one later in thank you very much. Salamat po. Terima kasih. We will learn
That
about that one in the next episode. That's all again for this video, and thank you again for watching, and see you again later.
and I'm using a new stool. Instead of blue and green, it's white and gray.
Okay, that's all for now, and see you again later.
Bye.
Bye.